Hello everyone, this is a lecture by Susan B. Anthony, who of course was an American social reformer who played a very large role in the women's suffrage movement. After she was arrested in 1872, she went on a series of speaking tours, and this is the speech that she presented. Before I start, I should show you my markup copy. And the lecture is called, "Is it a crime for a citizen of the United States to vote?" Friends and fellow citizens, I stand before you tonight under indictment for the alleged crime of having voted at the last presidential election without having a lawful right to vote. It shall be my work this evening to prove to you that in thus voting, I not only committed no crime, but instead simply exercised my citizen's right, guaranteed to me and all United States citizens by the national Constitution, beyond the power of any state to deny. Our democratic Republican government is based on the idea of the natural right of every individual member thereof to a voice and a vote in making and executing the laws. We assert the province of government to be to secure the people in the enjoyment of their unalienable rights. We throw to the winds the old dogma that governments can give rights. Before governments were organized, no one denies that each individual possessed the right to protect his own life, liberty, and property. And when 100 or 1 million people enter into a free government, they do not barter away their natural rights. They simply pledge themselves to protect each other in the enjoyment of them, through prescribed judicial and legislative tribunals. They agree to abandon the methods of brute force and the adjustment of their own differences and adopt those of civilization. Nor can you find a word in any of the grand documents left to us by our fathers that assumes for government the power to create or to confer rights. The Declaration of Independence, the United States Constitution, the constitutions of several states, and the organic laws of the territories, all alike propose to protect the people in the exercise of their God-given rights. Not one of them pretends to bestow rights. All men are created equal and endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights. Among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That to secure these governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. There is no shadow of government authority over rights, nor exclusion of any from their full and equal enjoyment. Here is pronounced the right of all men, and consequently, as the Quaker preacher said, of all women, to a voice in the government. And here, in this very first paragraph of the Declaration, is the assertion of the natural right for all to the ballot. For how can the consent of the governed be given if the right to vote be denied? Again, that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it, and to institute a new government, laying its foundations on such principles, and organizing its powers in such forms as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and their happiness. Surely the right of the whole people to vote is clearly implied. For however destructive in their happiness this government might become, a disfranchised class could neither alter or abolish it, nor institute a new one, except by the old brute force method of insurrection and rebellion. One half the people of this nation today are utterly powerless to blot from the statute books of unjust law, or to write there a new one and a just one. The women, dissatisfied as they are with this form of government, that enforces taxation without representation, that compels them to obey laws in which they have never given their consent, that imprisons and hangs them without a trial by a jury of their peers, that robs them in marriage of the custody of their own persons, wages, and children. Are this half of the people left wholly at the mercy of the other half? In direct violation of the spirit and the letter of declaration of the framers of this government, every one of which was based on the immutable principle of equal rights to all. By those declarations, kings, priests, popes, aristocrats were all alike, dethroned, and placed on a common level politically, with the lowliest born subject or serf. By them, to me, as such, were deprived of their divine right to rule, and placed on the political level with women. By the practice of those declarations, all class and caste distinctions will be abolished, and slave, serf, plebeian, wife, woman, all alike, bound for their subject position to the proud platform of equality. The preamble of the Federal Constitution says, "We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America." It was we, the people, not we, the white male citizens, nor yet we, the male citizens, but we, the whole people, who formed this union. And we formed it not to give the blessings or liberty, but to secure them. Not to have ourselves and the other half our posterity, but to the whole people, women as well as men. And it is downright mockery to talk to women of their enjoyment of the blessings of their liberty, while they are denied the use of the only means of securing them provided by this democratic Republican government, the ballot. This speech is actually a lot longer, but this was about the same half of it that I could fit into around a 5-minute period.